If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good or talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same.
The more responsibility you take on, the more meaning your life has. And the higher degree of responsibility that you agree voluntarily to try to bear, the richer your life will be. It's like it's weight, it's responsibility, but there's glory in it. There's real glory in it. There's deep meaning in it.
Yes. Life can be overwhelming. That's the way life works. It is testing you. It is going to throw problems at you, and it is going to throw them at you all at the same time. This is the way life works. Murphy's Law. It is easy to feel beaten when you're faced with all those problems at once. But let me tell you, that does not mean give up fighting. In fact, it means the opposite. It is time for you to fight harder, to dig in, to go on the warpath, to assess what the problems are and decide which one you are going to attack first.
This is my question to you. When you gonna free yourself? How long are you gonna stay in this pain expecting change to happen in your life? How long are you gonna stay in this situation expecting things to change in your life? You've been here for the last year, the last 5 years, the last decade, staying in the same mess, accepting the same mess, and wondering why you're stressed, wondering why you're not happy, wondering why you're not fulfilled, wondering why you're not experiencing the life that you deserve to experience. When you gonna free yourself from the pain?
It won't be easy. In fact, it will be hard. Life is hard. That's what life is. And these challenges that you face, they are going to do their best to take you down. Do not let them.
If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools.
Oftentimes people feel like they're alone having a family that isn't receptive, loving, gracious, nurturing. You're not alone. You're not alone in the fact that there are times you felt abandoned, neglected, or disrespected. But what you do have to realize is that you must do the work alone. The work of first overcoming willingness to allow the voices of other people to be more dominant than the voice that is within you. You've got to learn to speak to yourself in such a way that you can encourage yourself when no one else is. Because there will come a time in your path, in your walk, in your life, where there is no one coming to rescue you, no one's coming to pick you up, no one's coming to care about your feelings but you.
You have to understand that every portion of your life is designed with a purpose in mind. You don't have dreams without tests. You understand? And everything you're going through is God preparing you for what you asked for. So when you get tested, it's actually God preparing you for what you asked for. You got to have hardships, setbacks, missteps. The only way to learn how to get up, you got to fall. Only way to learn how to get over, you got to be under. The only way to learn how to win, you got to lose. Only way to appreciate the laughter, you got to be crying. You would not appreciate the sunshine if it didn't rain.
Stand up. Dig in. Line up those problems and confront them, face them, fight them. Do not let them bring you down. Instead, let these challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you.
You don't have to stay where you're just tolerated and not celebrated. You don't have to stay where you're not happy. You don't have to stay where you're not being better. You don't have to stay where you're suffering. You can free yourself from it. But when are you going to do it? When are you going to realize that if you don't do it, you're going to be staying with this pain forever? You're going to stay in this place of misery for the rest of your life. And I'm not trying to put fear in your heart, but I am putting reality on your mind. Nothing's going to change. At some point, if it serves no purpose in your life, for your life, you got to free it from your life. And I know it's easier said than done. But you know it's a lot harder? Staying in pain for the rest of your life. You know it's a lot harder? Staying in chaos for the rest of your life. You know it's a lot harder? Staying in misery for the rest of your life.
If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, will be a man, my son.
The power to manifest is in experiencing the fullness of the present moment. Life in its fullness. Life in its fullness is an inner state of being. It is to experience, to know, to realize the beingness within you, the I am, which is consciousness itself. And that is the fullness of life.
Now listen to me. When you were younger, you had a dream, but you got married and had a couple kids, and now you're like, well, that dream is dead. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You're not done yet. And you just may need to be a little bit flexible and a little patient. Not now does not mean not ever. And not this way does not mean not at all. Don't give up on your dream.
And I made a promise to myself in that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, is to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I lived that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. And that was my philosophy. It seems like a pretty simple one, but if you live your life to just get better every single day, and do that for 20 years, you would be happy.
Easy choices, hard life. Hard choices, easy life. The hard choices, what we most fear doing, asking, saying, these are very often exactly what we most need to do.
It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of fucking energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And it takes being obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
Y'all gotta start loving your life. Be comfortable on who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless. I love dealing with a dude who think because he comes from money, he's better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but you got that dog.
When you can be happy in the midst of hardship, then you see the true potential of the mind. When you can't control what's happening, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is. Control what you can control.
It's the Rose quote, that most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. And I've been that guy. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous, and most people want to take the safe path. And the safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation.
You start to become civilized. The refrigerator gets full. You start making money, and you start, I'm not getting cold anymore. I'm retired because I'm not allowing myself to become civilized. The worst thing that can happen to a man is become civilized. You lose that fucking fight. You lose that. Why the fuck am I doing it? I'm good. You ain't good, man. You ain't never fucking alive. And that's just my mentality. You may have more, but you're never fucking alive. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people.